Hello, we are ready to begin Module 4, and I'm looking at the Module 4 here from, if I click on the left-hand side of our menu over here in the course. For modules, we have been through Module 1 and 2 and 3, and here we are on 4. This is like, more than halfway through, really. Once we finish Module 4, we are coming down the other side. You're doing great. I know it's a lot of work, but you're doing such a great job, and the work has been really amazing. I'm so excited and just impressed and amazed by how well you are all doing. I do want to point out a few things about Module 4. First, you can see that several of the items are due October 10th, which is next Saturday, so that's in just 1 week. We've been having 2 weeks in between and having the whole module due at the same time, but we're having a little switch in that Module 4, some of the things are going to be due next Saturday, and then a couple of the items will be due the Saturday after that, so on October 17th. So part of Module 4 will be due October 10th, and the other part will be due October 17th. So I just wanted you to make sure and pay attention to that. As always, take a look at the introduction to Module 4 before you dive into the module, because that is where, and here I'm pulling it up right here, that is where you'll see the intro. This video will be posted there. There's also the list of required readings, and then the list of to-do items for Module 4, which are also listed on this page. So let's just talk briefly about this list of to-do items. So the concepts quiz, that's going to be over the readings, just like always. The Module 4 article summary critique, you've done some other article summary critiques. This one will be based on Preparation Standard 4, that's the AASL Preparation Standard. Let's review just for a second. I know we had some extra credit about the preparation standards versus the standards for learners, the framework for learners. So let's just review to make sure everyone understands. When we're talking about the preparation standards, I have a link open here. These are the ALA AASL CAPE School Librarian Program preparation standards. So these are the standards that we're using at the university level to guide what we're teaching you to become a school librarian. So you can see there's 76 pages. We're going over these standards a lot in this class. Also, your practicum checklist is based on these standards too. Everything that you do in your practicum, all of those tasks, they're meant to help you cover these standards again, but you will also be exposed to these in your coursework. We cover every single standard in your coursework. Not every single standard in this class, although we do hit a lot of the highlights. So you'll see these standards come up a lot because these are really important, and this is how we're basing instruction for you so that we are making sure that you get the information that you need to be a successful school librarian. So this is the standards, the preparation standards, and when we're looking at this assignment, this article critique preparation standard 4, and this is here again going to be linked within these instructions. But we're talking about these preparation standards. Now, you're also being exposed to the AASL standards framework for learners. These are the standards that you would use as a school librarian to teach your students. So these are very different. With our students in schools, we're not teaching them to become school librarians. We're teaching them things that are important for them to know about the library. So those standards are going to look very different than the preparation standards. So here again, those are two separate types of standards. I really like the framework though here. They redo this about every 10 years. And so we're also spending a lot of time in this class looking at these foundations and commitments and the domains and competencies for these standards that provide the framework for how we teach our learners in the schools. It's important for us to be very familiar with both of those. So on this article summary and critique, you're going to be looking at preparation standard 4. This assignment, now this one, the ODLIS term discussion post, ODLIS stands for Online Dictionary of Library and Information Science Terms. There's, with every field of study, there's like a group of jargon. There's those words that are important in the field, and this is that kind of dictionary. And this is going to give you all a chance to define a term based on this online dictionary and what it has to say about that term in the field. So you're going to share your information that you find here. This is not going to be a hard assignment to complete. I think it's going to take you not very much time, but I love that dictionary and I think you're going to like it too. And then we have a website evaluation. This is a really great assignment because so much information is gleaned these days from websites. I mean, if you think about it, so much research is done through websites. So it's important that not only you know, well, what makes a good website and what doesn't, but that students know that too. So there are checklists on here for you to complete. There's also different checklists for you to use with your students. I kind of like the name. Let's take a look at this for a second. So Kathy Schrock's Guide to Everything. That's a great one to use with students. And I like this one, the CRAP test. That's pretty well named, I think. The CRAP test. Yes, the sheet that you're going to use is right here, the website evaluation worksheet. And there's some guidelines on there too to help you choose a website. Notice up here it says a free open access website, not a subscription database. So if it's something you have to subscribe to and pay for, that's not what we're looking at here. We want you to take a look at those free websites that you can just go to and that you might use for teaching in the library. I think you're going to like that assignment. It's very eye-opening when you start really diving deep into websites and seeing what's there. I think you'll find some interesting things. Okay, then we have a discussion about evaluating information, and this is a really simple discussion here again. Some of this, notice there's a theme here, website evaluation, evaluating information. We're talking a lot about organization, access, and evaluation in this module. That discussion is pretty straightforward too. Then we have school librarians and research infographic. If you have never used PictoChart before, the program to make an infographic, I think you're going to love it. It's really fun and creative and easy to use. And so you're going to be doing a little infographic making and just let your creative flag fly. I think you're going to like it a lot. It's a great program, and I think it's one that you'll like to use again in the future because it's very user-friendly. So that's going to be fun. That one, notice, is not due until October 17th. These other items are due the 10th. And then we have the school libraries and research infographic sharing post. So this is where you get to share what you created with all of the classmates. Woohoo! Which is great. We want to see all of that sharing because that will give some of the other people ideas for the things that they can do as well. And then let me take a look here at the required readings. Here again, this is going to require you to do a little bit of digging in our Willis Library databases to find some of these articles. Notice Daniela Smith. We have an article here by Daniela Smith. Dr. Smith works here on the faculty at UNT. So yay. Just a little shout out to her. That'll be a fun one to read. There's some supplemental resources as well that are really excellent. We're also hitting on copyright and fair use in this module, which is so important. We just want to always be sure to follow the rules because if we don't, it can definitely come back to bite us. So, and also, as the primary person in the building when you work as a librarian who knows a little bit about copyright and fair use, people may be coming to you with questions about can I do this or should I? And this is a great thing. Copyright and fair use, this is a great thing to provide that faculty feedback and that professional development to, spend 10 or 15 minutes every year talking about what is legal and what is not legal, what constitutes fair use and what does not, because a lot of times people do not know, and you could see rules being broken rampantly in your building, and it's going to be important that that not happen. I have heard horror stories about lawsuits happening. It happens, y'all. So it's important to know, and it's important to let the people that we're working with know too, because sometimes people don't know, and ignorance of the law is not a defense. So anyway, this is all great information as well. If you have any questions, be sure and let me know. You can always message me right here through the course. You can also email me. I check my email every day. During the week, it's pretty easy to get a hold of me between 9 and 5. On the weekends, I try to check a couple times a day on Saturday and Sunday. I always have, a million obligations, probably a lot like you, when the family's all around. But I do try to get back to you as soon as I can. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And here we are in October. Happy fall. I will be in touch soon. Bye.